Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Entertainment Podcast, your source for all things entertainment. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Evelyn Watters on the line, and she is the CEO over at VUniverse. Evelyn, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. So exciting to be on.
So I am so excited to pick your brain about streaming. We're going to get into some trends that you're seeing, consolidation. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things we could talk about. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit more about what you're doing over at VUniverse. Tell us a little bit more about the company, please.
Oh, my pleasure. So over at VUniverse, we have created a SaaS platform. VUniverse is a personalized movie and show recommendation platform, which we enable users to browse all your streaming services in one app. So the thing nowadays is like people have 3+, and now that we're all stuck at home, we're adding more on every day. So everyone needs a channel guide. And that's what we are. So we use artificial intelligence. So we create for each person a personalized taste profile. And we, through that and through getting to know you, we serve smart recommendations of curated titles via whatever your mood, whatever genre you're into. And we base that content on what the streaming services you have currently, so that we're actually helping you have a great night. So in today's day and age, with all the great content there is out there, it's great to have something on your side that knows your tastes and gives you the next thing and, cues it up for you that you'd want to watch, so that every night can be a great night when you're settling down for your, the next show or a new favorite movie.
I love it, and I think one of the coolest thing about it is that you get to kind of pick your preference and your taste. Because some of them when they do it automatically, or it just is like if you let's say you go on I don't know, maybe it's just me. You go on a quick little binge of something random. You just go down that rabbit hole, and then all of a sudden everything's messed up, and you're like, but I don't want to watch that forever. That was just like I wanted it was some documentary or something, and that's what I have to watch forever. How do I get back to my old recommendations?
Right. It's just so funny how quickly it could all can go awry. And how often, things that are touted as being like, going to give you what you want, or 92% chance you like this, and the things that are out there, can be dead wrong. So it's funny.
I love it. So let's get into some trends that you're noticing. I mean, because you are literally in the middle of all this stuff with by aggregating the data, by offering the SaaS platform. I mean, you're keeping up on trends. You see what's going on in the industry, and you know probably more than most about the amount of content out there. I mean, what are you seeing in the industry right now?
Well, we're seeing. Well, obviously, we're all seeing, because we're the ones that are causing it. But the streaming numbers are going through the roof. So being that we're all stuck at home, it's completely changed the landscape. So not only have cinemas like shut their doors, like right before I got on this call, you see like AMC restructuring or considering bankruptcy, and like that's scary things. These are things we do not want to see happen. But all these things have tremendous effects on our viewing habits, and the fact that we are stuck at home, people really still need to escape, and that ends up being through watching a great movie or a great series that is your way out. So you're going to not think twice about adding a new streaming service or 2 or 3 or 4, because that's money well spent, just to make sure that you're entertained. But you still need to know how to navigate it, and that's where we come in. So, but yeah, and just like in terms of like the number of streamers, like we first and foremost, VUniverse is pro-consumer. So we're in the business of helping you find what to watch quickly, because our most precious resource is our time, and that 20 minutes that you spend nightly. Like I do it too.
That's the worst ever. That's the worst. Like you just hit my pet peeve in life right there. It's like I only wanted to watch TV for an hour, but it took me 20 minutes to figure out what I was going to spend an hour watching. I hate it.
Me. I'm with you. It kills me. And you add another person in that equation, and it takes even longer.
Oh, forget about that. Then it's like, oh, why do I even do this? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I hear you. So makes things very frustrating. And so we're out to, save families and marriages as well through this process. And you really can, actually, because there's a lot of crossover when you go to look for it. And like everyone's not in the business of doubling down and insisting on, something, because there's a lot of crossover when you get into cross genres, and you can find a lot of common ground. And like even last night, a movie I had never heard of before from 2006 called Flyboys, and I'm watching it on Vudu, and it was loving it. My husband is too, and it's like it's like Mental Note, because it hit so many genres that we both be into, and then this is where they crossed. And, that leads to a really good night, a really satisfying, movie-going experience. So, and there's a lot of interesting trends, too, and it's hard to get into them all because it's been like an explosion. To some extent, like you're looking at a big problem as well is content that through content licensing deals, they, moves from one place, to another when that, licensing gets picked up by another entity. It does make it very interesting for a company that came from like a purely streaming background to get more into the production of content business, to make up for what gets withdrawn when, say, Disney removes its content from, say, a Netflix, that creates a temporary little vacuum. And but it's, from the consumer's point, they don't care about that. They just want to know where it is,
Yeah,
and they're still going to keep their Netflix subscription. They are going to have Disney Plus, both are great values. But, from that, from the other standpoint, is it does create a lot of movement of titles, and it's good to know where those are. And we do that as well.
That's awesome. Well, what do you think about the streaming wars? So talk about like this Quibi, or if I'm even saying that right, Peacock. I mean, what do you think these streaming wars head to?
Well, from our standpoint, the way we look at it, more content is good for the consumer. That, the more content, the better. So not only are we only, pro-consumer, but we also think, if Alamo Drafthouse comes in and they're going to have their streaming service, that's great. You're going to get a lot of interesting art house picks. The more the merrier. And this stuff over time will naturally either sort itself out, or companies will merge, or go out of business if they don't have the users adequate to support their business model. We see that all that is a good thing, but the problem becomes when you're paralyzed by choice, because so often at night that 20 minutes doesn't become any less, because there's so much great content out there, you still can't navigate it. So the only problem we see is the creation of paralysis from the breadth and like so much content that's available, which again, another great reason to have VUniverse, because we will get you where you need to go quickly, and when that moves, we'll tell you that, so you're not, wasting any time, any precious and valuable time.
Oh man, it makes so much sense. I love it, and if you can save me that 20 minutes of searching in the beginning, it's just like you just now made my life so much better. So I love it. I love the product. I love what you're doing. That being said, if somebody's listening to this, Evelyn, and they want more information of VUniverse, I mean, where do they go? How do they get it? Tell us that, please.
Great. Easy to do. And our service is also free, so we're ad supported. So just go and sign up at VUniverse.com, and that's VUniverse.com.
Fantastic. Well, hey, Evelyn, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about the great work you're doing at VUniverse to increase our viewing experience, quite literally. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to go to our website, missionmatters.com. Definitely sign up for our newsletter there so you stay up to date with the latest episodes. And other than that, really appreciate you tuning in. And Evelyn, thanks again for coming on the show.